Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster vlog, and welcome to day 17. Oh, getting a good stretch already of a year of yoga. Holy crap. It is. I keep forgetting I need to talk into my mic instead of at the sorry, I'm still learning. But holy crap though, y'all. I cannot believe we're on day 17. So I have a very busy day happening this evening. So it's like, oh my God, 5:40, and I'm just now getting to my morning yoga. That's okay though. We are going to center ourselves and our mind, our emotions, and our body on the mat. Okay. Oh God, I'm so sweaty already. Okay, here we go. We are gonna balance into the four corners of our feet. Let's squeeze the mat a little bit with our toes, just to see if we can bring awareness to pressing through our big toe and pressing and squeezing through our pinky toes. Inhale. Let's come down, flat back, no locked knees though, into forward bend. And here I'm just rocking forward and back. We can angle our tailbone to point more towards the wall behind us and get a deeper stretch in our hamstrings. Or we can bend our knees and relax our head and shoulders over. Now from here, we're going to do something a little different today. Bending our knees, we're coming up, and I'm actually going to bring my right foot forward, knee traveling over the center line of my foot. So I don't want to be too far in, I don't want to be too far out. And we're going to come up. You could have your toe raised in the back, or if it's more comfortable, you can have that hip turned out with your foot parallel to the back of your mat. But breathing. And exhale, come up into warrior one. Now you don't have to have your foot very far back at all. You can just be down kind of like this, or you can go in a little bit deeper. Plugging my fingertips into the sky. You can do some little hand flourishes if you like. And then coming up, you can either walk it or do one big step up towards the head of your mat. And then planting my left foot, I'm actually going to bring my right foot back. And through engaging our glutes in this position, we can isolate our hip flexor. So just finding my balance here. You can bring your feet as wide as you need to. Like sometimes I'll use up my darn near the whole mat, but you don't have to be tight roping this. Find where you feel centered and balanced. And then you can raise your hands. You could also use a chair or a wall or something stable to prop yourself if you're having difficulty finding your balance. Plugging our fingertips into the sky we're not bunching up around our neck. We're just engaging our arms. And I even like to rotate kind of to where my palms are looking almost behind me. There we are. Coming back up to the head of our mat. I'm actually going to come to where I'm facing y'all. And with my feet spread a little wider than hip width apart, you could use your blocks today, just like we did yesterday. We're going to come down into Garland Pose, or the yogi squat. And I'm just kind of rocking it out side to side. Really feeling a good stretch through my ankles today, actually. More in my ankles than in my hips, which is weird because my hips have been very, very tight all day. Lots of standing over the sink and kitchen. I made like 12 meatloafs today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I mean, clearly I needed some meatloaf. Not no more, though. But I'm doing freezer meal prep. There we go. And I'm going to come back up into front forward fold. Is a nice little sequence. So now let's make our way down to hands and knees for cat-cow. I'm going to take a moment here just in tabletop. We're not, twisting my spine one way or the other, but just being gently engaged in tabletop. And that's with our wrists consciously below our shoulders. We can do that little bit of checking in so we can come forward and back, feeling into our wrists. We can come up and down through our shoulder blades, getting a sense of where centered and neutral is there. We can kind of shake the old tuchus, tilt our tailbone and pelvis and kind of feel where neutral is there. It's where our core is engaged. We could even super engage, super disengage, our tummies, just to find where our softly engaged core is. We can engage through our thighs, almost gripping our knees into the ground, and then bracing the tops of our feet into the earth. So once we have, and also make sure our neck's not tense, but that we are growing our head out through the top of our skull. So there's a whole lot of details to just this pose that we can take that sense of awareness into every other pose. So let's inhale and exhale into cat. Inhaling up into cow. I'm going to give it an exhale while we're up there too. And exhale. And if nothing else, y'all, just completely ignore my breathing. Like, if you're like, that doesn't makes no sense. And if it's not vibing with what you're doing, follow your own breath. So much of it, of this is just being conscious of your breathing. So if you can build that breath awareness and start experimenting with your own breath control, then you'll have a lot more success with following along with other folks' breathing patterns in their videos. I could just spend all day right here, I do believe. But we are going to come into plank, downward dog, we're going to be lifting our leg on each side. Lift our right leg, come up into pigeon, go back into downward facing dog, lift our left leg, go into pigeon. There'll be some cobra mixed in there. So we're starting in plank, moving to downward facing dog, doing a leg lift into pigeon, then up into cobra. So, and again, I am trying to start adding this information down in the video description, so hopefully that will be helpful to y'all. Going to inhale, exhaling into plank. It's okay if you're shaking. That's just the energy moving through you. There we go. Now in to downward facing dog. I always try to go, oh goodness, that's nice. I try to go at least one breath longer than what I feel like mentally I can. In plank, always listening to my body, of course, but pushing that edge. And now from here, I'm going to move my left foot in a little bit, raise my right leg, And then bending my knee. Oh, well, that's not what we're doing. Bringing my knee forward in between my hands like this. However you get there. We'll come into pigeon. We could use a block to support our booty, or we could use our blocks below our hands, which I do think I'm going to do. As it brings the ground to you, lets you get maybe a little bit deeper into the stretch. It certainly lets me grow up and out of my tense neck muscles. Then we can also come down now onto our elbows. So from here, I'm shifting the blocks off of my mat, tucking my left toes under, coming back into plank for just a moment, inhaling and exhaling into downward facing dog again. I totally forgot cobra. We'll add that in after this side. Stepping my right foot towards the center, lifting my left leg towards the sky, and bringing that knee up in between my hands. Now again, bringing my blocks onto the mat. Feel free to shift and wiggle and do whatever you need to do. This isn't the Olympics. We're not trying to stick at the landing. Like, you can wiggle around. Experiment. Giving my wrists a bit of a break here by coming down to my elbows. Heart rate monitor says I'm at 97 beats per minute. That's pretty cool. Pretty good exercise for just holding one posture. Okay. Removing my blocks off of the mat. Placing my hands, putting my right toes curled underneath. We're going to come into plank for just a moment. Exhale into downward facing dog. Kind of walk it out. Inhaling back into plank, lowering our knees, lowering down. Inhale and exhale into cobra. And then support up more with your arms, keeping awareness in those back muscles. Coming back down. We're going to take just a moment, resting our head on our fists. Y'all are doing amazing. I love hearing from you guys down in the comments about how your own practice is going. So you know who you are, but thank you for all of your encouragement, not just through, your words of kindness, but just through sharing what you're experiencing is so inspiring to me. So thank you guys so, so much. Oh, coming up now into, we got 3 more poses, y'all, then we're good. We are going to meet together in bridge. So just flopping about, getting situated. Rolling down. I don't know if you can hear the fan, but it is delightful. I have to have the air conditioner turned off while we record these because it sounds like a hobgoblin snoring, but I still have these little clipped on fans. Okay. So in bridge, we are going to bring our feet up to our booty. And let's do just a couple little tucks, just engaging our lower abs and bringing our tailbone off of the earth. And so we're going to tuck and then press through our heels. And then we can lower down our spine and then tuck and press through our heels, maybe a little deeper. Curl down our spine until the tailbone kisses the earth. And getting my shoulders situated, holding on to the mat, or if you can, clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale and exhaling. There we go. Now I am being careful to not turn my head in this position. I want to protect my spine. There in my neck. And now find an ease of breath in this movement. I'm actually going to clasp my fingers together. Push, push, push those hip flexors towards the ceiling. And one vertebrae at a time, bring that spine back down to the ground. And now from here, I'm going to rotate towards one side to come up. We're going to go into Reclined Hero. So I'm just folding my left leg behind me. And then lowering down onto my elbow. And you can get situated however you need to. Oh, see, laying was a bit too much for me. And I have carpet burn on my toes from the yoga mat. Gonna try that again. It just feels very, very tight, like through my lower legs. So you don't even have to lean back onto your elbow. Just being right here and then pressing with our glute to engage is going to give us a really nice deep stretch. So I think this is where I'm at today, y'all. Though we may, as we breathe, get deeper into the posture. You can add a little bit more to that by twisting. So I'm going to come up, bring my foot around, bring my right foot, and yeah, I think I want to start up high like this. Just doing that gluteal engagement. I don't even know if that sounds fancy. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. I'm squeezing my butt cheeks to make my hip come more forward. So really getting that nice stretch in the top of my leg. We can also turn, and that will deepen the stretch. We can also lower down onto our elbow. That's really nice and juicy. Now I'm going to come up out of this because I do want to just daily check in and see how we're doing. So just coming down. My quadriceps are still so tight. I do feel as though my arms are getting stronger though, and I think that's pretty cool. So don't fixate too much on if you're not making the progress that you want to see in one muscle group or one area of your body, because if you're fixating on that so much, you may miss out on how much better one part of your body that you're not paying attention to is doing. So try to kind of check in across the board, see how everything's doing. Because again, while my Reclined Hero pose, I feel like I'm not making any progress on. One, it's only been a week. Two, progress is a concept of my ego, and I need to completely let go of that because we are not on a race. We are not in a contest. We are doing yoga for us. So trying to drive that one home, but to myself. But if your ego just won't quiet down, just remind it of the other things that you're doing really good at, that, you know, that's okay too. And then let it pass and just be. So, last pose of the day. Nice deep breaths. It just feels good to lay here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, also I'm like hanging off of my yoga mat, so I'm gonna have to do the butt wiggle down the mat. Do y'all ever do this? It's super dignified. You should try it. That's our new yoga posture for the day. The bonus is where you just never mind. We're going to be doing a reclined twist now. So I'm going to start with my left leg. I have my right leg out straight, bringing my left knee in towards my chest. This has always been very difficult for me to do because of thick thighs and what's the t-shirt? Thick thighs and starry eyes. I don't know. But don't feel like you can't come off to the side though. Engage our feet, point our feet, engage our feet, point our feet. Inhaling and just, oh, that feels so good. Wringing out that sponge. Trying to find ease of breath. It may not always be there, but you can look for it. Okay, coming down. Now on the other side, so we're extending our left leg, bringing our right knee into our chest. Inhale and exhale on over. That feels so good. Just kind of getting a nice squeezy twist. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. And now just coming down into corpse pose. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I've had a fantastic time. I really look forward to hearing from you down in the comments. If you have any questions or ideas or suggestions for a future year of yoga videos, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, whoa, coming on up. Keep on keeping on, y'all. Oh, I keep forgetting that I always have to get up and then go turn the camera off. And it's always around this time that I'm like, oh God, did I hit record? I did. Thank goodness. Okay. Bye, guys.